And if your offlane duo is going to be a Pudge plus Magnus, there's a lot of very scary displacement tools that they have in that offlane where, you know, hook into skew where you start off at your own tower and in the meantime you're in the enemy's tower a second later. So they have a lot of very nice little combination tools on No Bounty Hunter.
An important game as well for both of them, because both of these teams are just coming out from a stomped series, and you're playing for elimination and staying alive in this this bracket. Of course, these two teams, they probably don't have their hopes too high up, considering you've got the likes of Nouns, the Shopify Rebellions, the Yang Jianglus playing in this qualifier that are looking for that one singular spot to qualify. But in a sense of just accumulating experience, playing for fun, getting a bit of enjoyment out of the game, this would be a pretty important game one to get that good feel momentum going your way.
Well, hopefully we get to see something entertaining. Normally Pudges tend to be that way. It's also a support Pudge, so can go for a bit of a different item build. Early shard will probably be a crucial aspect against the Doom, against the Wind Ranger, even against the Luna's Eclipse. It's a very big win factor.
I'm also a bit worried about the fact that if this game or this series turns into a halt, I am actually casting China after North America. I've got the G2 IG versus Azure Ray series right after this one in 3 hours, so or less than 3 hours from now. So if this goes game 3, I'm gonna have to be in 2 places at the same time. We'll see.
We might have fast games, but we might also have a very lengthy 3-game series. We'll have to wait and see if you're going to get lucky today or not. Nonetheless, it is going to be a 2-for-2 bounty trade. No surprise tools coming in. Lycan also being universal means he can go for those Wraith Bands.
Ooh, look at mid. I like this idea here. Thana going for the smoke hook play for first blood. He's going to catch the Storm Spirit. He's going to get stuck, and then you got the puck. And oh, there we go. And that. Oh, he doesn't actually get stuck. He just walks past. Does get the blood grenade to connect. A lot of damage going in.
He's still going to get first blooded, and
that's big.
That's very big. It also does make a lot of sense, considering any high level pro will be blocking those creeps anyway, so it should be a quote-unquote easy hook.
If there was a deep ward placed on the other side of the river, they would have seen that smoke coming, because it also hit Sadman, aka Ezekiel. So that was a very interesting one there. But they didn't have the vision placed on the radius side of the map, so I didn't see it happen.
Dana got another hook onto Hijack and body blocked him in the trees as well. So he's almost down.
Could still die here. Okay, he's actually got 5 armor. I think he's going to be fine. No mana left for Thana. But already this like support Pudge, it's so much better than just anything else than a carry Pudge. Like, carry Pudge is still decent, but playing it as a support above any other role, just having this constant threat looming around the map, if he gets this hook to connect again, like, that is... Oh, he's already winning one lane, or helping win one lane. He could win a second lane, because now you look at the last hits in mid. Puck's already at 8, while Storm's sitting at 5. Okay, he was sitting at 3 a moment ago. And Puck naturally already counters the Storm Spirit. He's ahead in experience thanks to that 1 kill. And this is like a snowball effect in a matter of time.
It's scary if you've got a very good Pudge player. It is, he is currently playing as a +5, okay.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's the outplay potential. You think, oh, I got first blood, I'm looking really good, and then you make that mistake.
Yeah, he just threw away his advantage. That, remind me, that can happen, sure. Storm Spirit getting the kill on the Puck. But probably something that he didn't want to give away. Like, Shaggy is going to feel a bit disappointed after that.
It tends to happen in that matchup more often than not. Pucks die because they get too aggressive. Storm Spirits, they're nasty in the damage output that they have. It's always surprising, especially if you get first blood. You just feel cocky. You're like, oh, I got the advantage. I got more gold. I got more XP. He can't touch me, and then he hits you with an electric vortex underneath the tower or something, and you
a Roseanne.
You're dead.
Radiant structures
God, that
are fortified.
Thana Pudge is, I think, hitting every single possible hook.
Just what you want from your pause 4.
Well, in this case,
Shaggy.
boss 5, sort of.
He has a bit of vengeance in mid. Diving under the tower, this time successful, so regaining. Like, you talk about the pause 4s that are reliant on skill shots. You have 3 of them. And in this game, you have 2 out of those 3. That if they don't land their abilities, they're literally just creeps. You've got Pudge, you've got Mirana, and then you've got the Wind Ranger. So especially Wind Ranger support. You need to get 2-man shackle shots, or at least shackle shots into trees. If you're just throwing them around, hoping them to connect, you're doing nothing. That point, what was it, like 0.6 stun, it really doesn't feel like it's a lot. It doesn't feel like anything.
Yeah, there was, of course, I think Seb played it a bunch as a +5 support and hit like everything, but that's a very specialist thing. Arms gets dragged all the way back towards the Radiant's tier 1 tower. In response, Michael almost dropping, but there is the constant healing from Bloody 9, keeping the Luna alive. Well,
He still gets the kill.
yeah. Michael dies. I guess, you know, he otherwise would have had to run all the way back to base. Speaking of running back to base, Arms is going to get nuked down by Muzi. Still thought that he was a little bit more survivable. He actually has 2 points in skewer on the Magnus.
Yeah. 40 damage from the skewer combined with the shockwave. You are being harassed by 2 range heroes. I guess if you do get that one good connection, you've got this lift into skewer play. You get a nice magical nuke. Luna is a hero that kind of lives off of like the Terrorblade. You've got, well, actually Luna has more HP than a TV does, but they're both very susceptible to magical damage. They're both agi heroes with a lot of armor. They right click a lot. They prefer hitting their opponents above taking hits. And then you have these heroes with big magical nukes. 2 points in Fate Bolt's already under 200 damage. You've got Skewer and the Shockwave. You're easily bursting like 400 or 500 damage, which is like 50% of Luna's HP pool. That makes sense if you want to fight this lane a lot. But if you've got 3-4 points in Skewer, you're not farming with that ability.
Storm Spirit, nice sidestep, but the Dream Coil will be able to catch him, snap, drag back.
Io?
Courier? No. Sorry, neutrals won't be able to get the kill there. And a nice rotation from the Pudge.
Yeah, Bloody 9, he tried to TP in time. I was thinking if he can get the Tether. Tether was still on cooldown from the top lane, so he couldn't even get that instant pump heal to try and keep the Storm Spirit alive a little bit longer, because now he dies at level 5. He's got no ball lightning to work with. And it's a bit of a rough kill. Especially when your TPs are sort of rotating, because now Luna's in trouble. Luna's going to get skewered close under the tower, but still looks like he could die here.
And indeed he does. That's another one coming through, and Muzi's doing a really good job in that top lane, dealing with the Luna so far. Even though Luna is the top net worth of their team, it's looking pretty a-okay. Khan, bottom side, is going to get chased underneath the tower, and he doesn't have any support coming through. Resummons the wolves.
Ooh.
And they do a lot of damage, but no response will come in.
Got all that regeneration, but it's just not enough for the Lycan to survive under his tower. It looked like he could live off of 5 HP, but he got like this one of the longest attack ranges in the game. Like, got the 600 on Wind Ranger, gonna get the connection. And Thana, there's your shackle.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they did get both the bounty experience runes on the side of no bounty hunter, so that is definitely going to be a very big plus. You did mention the upgraded diffusal. Well, he's at the very least going for diffusal blade on the Lycan, so that is an interesting first item choice though.
It's not bad. You've got a lot of chase potential in your team. You're kind of lacking stuns, at least the way that you initiate fights. So with Khan with Diffusal, it does help him out with some extra poke. Oh, nice hook on Hijack.
I completely lost track of where Hijack. Oh wow, it was actually underneath the tower.
Radiant's middle
Huh.
tower is under attack.
I was like, oh, he must be somewhere in mid because he would not be tower diving. But no, Hijack's just getting absolutely dumpstered by this amazing fight. Michael in the meantime being chased by Roseanne and Rojo fire flew. And they will find the kill finally on towards the Rubik. They went a little bit deep for that chase, and it cost the Storm pretty much all of his mana in the process.
Net worth might be tied, but winning double Wisdom runes and all the side lanes are looking really good.
Can shapeshift.
What happens in mid?
Going for the Storm. Oh, oh my god, that shackle was neat. Nonetheless, they will still lose the Storm power shot. Not gonna. Oh, that would have. I think that would have connected.
Yeah, good reaction there. But yeah, like even if net worth feels like it's tied, now it shows 1k. It does feel like this is a 3k lead right now for no bounty hunter. They've got a big XP advantage. They're not getting anything out of the Storm Spirit. He's died 4 times. He's the one who's supposed to play around the map with a farm Doom. Like if Doom has a good laning stage and is uncontested, this game could snowball out of hand really fast if Doom can then just help around with his team. Because you don't want to focus Doom anymore if he gets a great laning stage. You got to focus on shutting down everybody else. But your safe lane has been kind of all over the place. Luna's still doing good. Hasn't been harassed too much. But you don't have a mid to play with right now. So Hijack has a lot of pressure on his shoulders to start creating situations for his team. Meanwhile, no bounty hunter. They're just all over the map. You've got this Pudge has been to literally every corner of the map so far. Muzi's free farming on this Magnus, which is always a good indicator. You've got this Lycan on good pace. Can still pop that shapeshift in another 30 seconds. Has that good threat potential. And Puck is also getting that confidence from Thena. Like, let's murder, kill.
That seems to be the build on all of their heroes. The Magnus going for the Blink Dagger first rush, so no, like, Hurricane, Harpoon plays coming in forward. Of course, you have a Pudge on your side, which is definitely going to throw exactly that in towards the mix. Puck is going Witchblade, but that's no real surprise. The Puck these days, I mean, you can go heavy on the right-click Puck as well with the Aghanim Scepter build once you get the Witchblade upgrade, which is kind of insane.
Middle tower is under attack.
I think that one is like one of the most insane items to go for these days.
Oh, look at this threat. They're smoking up towards the Dire side of the map, just short of catching the Storm Spirit. But they could still find a prize with the Luna.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Does get scanned. They know what's coming, so they're going to take the gateway to the other side where the tier 1 tower is going to be the target.
Oh, they could gank Lycan. Pop shapeshift though.
Can actually gets the mana drain on Hijack. Hijack doesn't have Doom because of it. Dreamcool comes out. There's a 2-man catch.
Oh, this is big.
And Thena, nice shackle shot comes through. The Doom DCs.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, what a pause. Oh, that is rough.
Yeah. How are you?
Well, Arms is in a very awkward position right now.
Yes.
And you also got another TP, and GRIN have to bail. Yeah, fight's over.
Michael's probably going to steal shackle shot. Yep. Because this gets paused for a second. He set everything up. There was a nice stun on Bloody 9, chasing for more. Skewer, hunt. Bloody 9 drop. Sadman really wants to get the catch. Roseanne actually, shackle shots, has the focus fire going in on towards the Puck, but Magic 1 charge.
He's got regen running.
Rune keeps on going, and they will zap him down. So a huge fight. Very unfortunate DC coming in for the Dire side.
Yeah, but the fight was still over by the time the Doom was already nuked down on. Oh, he might just die again.
And you can't use Doom. It's not going to be a good target. He tried to even get the cast off, but it quickly gets dodged by the Puck. And now the Storm joins.
They have RP, by the way.
Ooh, Storm wants to get the kill on the
Mag.
Oh. Mag dropping low, will be taken down, but in response, it is going to be a huge kill. Thena is now on a murder spree. Roseanne and Bloody 9 TP back, and guys, it's been going wrong. Stop going in the same area.
Oh man, and Pudge actually survives after all of that poke, all of that dishing out. They got the RP out. Like that was the threat of that fight the whole time. They go for round number 2. Doom is all by himself. He doesn't have any backup. Io still literally just got back to the fountain, disengaging from the previous fight, and he's got nobody to rely on. Doesn't get his ulti off at all. Just gets nuked down. And then the threat of the RP when the Storm Spirit shows up. Like, it should have been a bail for GRIN since the fight under the tier 1 tower. Like, everybody should have just tried to bail as fast as possible. Leave it there, sack the bottom tier 1 tower. Now you lost your cores again. A second time in a row. And this is a massive lead for No Bounty Hunter right now. There's very limited gameplay for GRIN.
There's a relocate play coming out bottom. He used the shapeshift. Michael's going to be the target that's left behind. And Khan will be able to shapeshift back to safety. He's going for the Manta style, so really abusing the universal aspect of the hero at this stage. Topside Doom onto Muzi. Magnus is caught out. That is something he definitely didn't expect.
I wasn't suspecting that. Meanwhile, Shaggy's just going around with that DD rune. Just runs out.
Radiant's bottom tower
Really wanted to use that Witchblade for a potential kill, but only walks into Wind Ranger to get a bit of poke.
On the plus side, it does give you that true strike against Wind Ranger on the poison auto attack, so you'll at least always be able to get some extra damage in on the hero.
Yep. Well, that's always nice. But yeah, getting the Magnus kill, pretty important for GRIN. Things haven't really been going their way this game at all, especially with that debacle of a fight in the bottom lane. They need some time and space being created. As you can see, there's 4 guys approaching.
Yeah, chase on to Luna. They get a 2-man Dreamco going. Moves the RP onto 2. Snaps it as well. Just on the very edge. Sadman still on the back line. Oh, the hook was not really as great as they would have liked. This was the first real miss coming up.
That's 2 ultis. It's 2 ultis for no kills. Surprised GRIN doesn't lose anybody there.
RP is a costly one. Ooh, that's a nice skewer. And Roseanne will be melted. Pudge is still, even though he did miss that hook previously, still it has 10 flesh heap stacks. And Dismember is always a nice tool.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, surely no Bounty Hunter came to play in this game, not feeling too demoralized after their previous series. Actually getting a lot of scores done around the map. I feel like maybe the role swap also helped out a little bit, putting Mr. Sadman, or Sodman, actually, I asked in an interview, he does prefer Sod, but I always want to say Sad for some reason. Putting him into the mid lane, putting Muzi into the off lane. Not sure if they're experimenting something with the last game, having their roles put the other way around, or if that really is how their roster functions. Oh, they found the Luna. More like the Io, actually.
Bloody 9. Io tether back, but another Dreamco catch onto arms. Luna's going to disengage while the Storm keeps him distracted. He's actually dropping very low. Nice shackle shot onto his puck. Hijack has the Doom available. He wants to get the cast off, but it is slightly out of range. And Dana is blocking the exit. He even gets the Roseanne hook, dragging him all the way back. The displacement they've got in their team is very nasty to deal with.
There's no clear win condition anymore for GRIN. It was about this Luna farming up and keeping up in net worth, but it feels like everybody else is falling behind a little bit. It's not over. It's not close to not being over at all at this stage, but you're giving away these core kills so easily for no Bounty Hunter. They're just hunting for kills. They're not even worried about objectives. You can see the long line drawn by Michael. Now we go top. We could go Roshan from here if we wanted to. Our Lycan is slowly but surely getting online into this game. This Lycan is going to be pretty much unstoppable. I don't feel like anybody can actually kill him, not even the Luna. And Arms is like, well, it's an arms race, right?
Well, there's definitely going to be the charge from Khan forward on towards the Storm, and a massive amount of TPs to get the catch. Roseanne, his wind run's also ending, and it is nothing that you can really do. This Lycan just chunking away. He's got Manta done, he's got the Fusel done, he's going for the Echo Saber next. Yep, once he's got shapeshift going, you have to run. There is nothing you can do.
You got this really nice amount of, and not only just AoE lockdown, but also some single target stuns, where you really get a lot of benefit out of this Lycan having Manta on top of the Diffusal. You're not really going to use Manta for damage dealing, but if you do end up catching somebody and you want to dodge a couple abilities, it also means you're going to be pumping more damage at the same time. So there's a really nice build-up on the Lycan having both of these two items.
Shot onto Muzi. He's got the skewer, and they relocate in. Batman's actually going to get dragged back, but there's the hook from Thena. Storm needs to be careful because if the Pudge gets a catch. Oh, the 4-man RP by Muzi. Hijack taken down. He did get the Doom off onto Khan. He didn't have a shapeshift available anyway. Michael on the run does have his Scorcher to give him the movement speed. Sadly, my lord! That is a ballsy move. DreamLeague into the instant snap. They will lose the puck.
Mega aggressive.
And in comes Arms. I mean, they lost their 2 main cores. Don't think the Pudge has much more to throw here at his opponents. He's just going to get ran down. Takes a little bit longer than I would have expected initially, but that's also because he's got a full Solar Crest and 13 Flesh Heap stacks. But it will be a team fight victory for GRIN Esports, and a hefty one at that.
On was in big trouble that team fight. He didn't have shapeshift, which was the big difference maker they needed for that fight. They got a 4-man RP, but they don't get the follow-up, and now maybe that's another story.
Losing with the catch, lurking about the entire time, will be losing his life. But Arms, can he get away? No. They will find Arms. Shackle shot even got stolen by Michael. Roseanne gets the TP away. 515 crits coming out just because of the Lycan shapeshift buff. It is a scary thing once he gets going.
And that's the shapeshift, right? If he had that last fight, having that extra crit, it could have been enough to just blow up the IO. The Luna wouldn't have been that big of a threat at that point, because it's the overcharge that's really making this Luna really strong at this stage of the game. It's less than 20 minutes in, so you're not expecting too much damage from this Luna, but with that IO, we're looking at like a 25, 27-minute Luna basically coming into the fight. So if you did have that shapeshift with the RP, could have been a whole different story, but he didn't get to use it. Just got doomed.
He just gave away that they had an observer ward on the high ground. DreamLeague comes out onto the Storm Spirit. There is no Doom for 15 seconds. Hooked back, and the Storm gets munched down by Thena.
14 Flesh Heaps, by the way. That's why he's so tanky.
Yeah, he's also going into a kill of Discord, so build up some extra armor. Currently, I mean, he doesn't really care about any of the magic damage coming out from GRIN. There's even a Wind Ranger Diffusal. They only have physical damage to do, but and
yeah, I mean,
we saw the chase earlier. It takes so long for them to kill him. With extra armor, he might even be able to man fight.
Yeah, I mean, you just have so much Flesh Heap on you right now that magic damage is always going to be somewhat flat damage. It will never scale as well as physical damage will, so the more HP you have, it's going to take a long time to take this Pudge down. So Thena is actually a monster on this Pudge right now. It has been a really good game for him. He has been credited for 16 out of the 25 kills they've had so far. And the majority of those were the impact kills with those good hooks, all the way from getting that first blood of the Storm Spirit in the mid lane.
Michael stole relocate. Not really a spell you see too often on Rubik. Yeah, the IO tried to steal the...
He's going.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice use. Okay.
And then he's going to go back and has to walk all the way back to his team.
Yeah, he can use it. I think he can still use it a second time, but he can't use it a third time.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's going to run out.
It's kind of a... It's not necessarily useless spell, but you don't really have much use for it.
If only you had Tether and Relocate.
Yeah, you need Ags. So just buy Ags. I mean, what are you waiting for? Be IO. And then buy, you know, mech and all the other fun stuff.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, we got Echo Saber on the Lycan. He's got MKB lined up next. He's worried about the evasion. He also wants to chew through that Wind Ranger. You know Luna already has Butterfly, so this is just an item on item counter. Very, very classic. You know Luna's want to get that early Butterfly, otherwise the item will lose a lot of its effectiveness. If you built a late Butterfly, like back in the days in Dota, it was a luxury item. You built it like plus 40 minutes and you get countered by MKB. And most heroes already want to build an MKB early because it just amps up their damage. It feels like it's a very minuscule upgrade at that point if you build a late butter. So if you get it early, you get a big power spike. Keep on going from there. Mid?
Yep. Khan has that harpoon that he showed for the first time. Wind Ranger was kind of not expecting it to come in, and you just see a Lycan, not even shapeshifted, leaping forward with that power.
Did I just see Wind Ranger trying to press smoke in the middle of 5 heroes?
It tends to happen when you fat finger and you're stressed.
Dire's top tower is under
It wouldn't be the
attack.
first time.
Ooh, that was close.
That was scarily close. They also gave the Aegis to the Puck, who's got the Millstream gun. He's going Aghanim Septinex. It's actually just full-on right-click Puck at this stage. He's got the Shard already as well.
Behold!
I like right-click Puck.
Shapeshift?
Bloody
Oh, it's the
Nine.
IO. Very unfortunate for Bloody Nine. That's not the place to be in.
If it's only
gonna look for
Bloody
more.
Nine that they lose, it's not bad. But it looks like they're gonna
I don't
lose
think he's
more.
going to be the only casualty. Look at Khan. He's hungry.
And Arms quickly going for the gateway out of there. Hijack. His mana's already being drained. Doesn't have anything left. Thana is even walking closer. So you will not be able to disengage. Dominating streak for Khan. Network-wise, still looking pretty good with Arms being top net worth, though.
Not, man. He sees Ro Fireflu. Also sees Roseanne, but he's more interested in the Storm. Just so
Shackle
much
shot, though,
stronger.
on the Puck, and with the Wind Ranger's diffusal blade
Still an
damage, it's
Aegis.
actually immense. They will pop that Aegis, and Storm should be able to zip out of there just in time. Storm actually, like, on one end, you have the Puck going full damage with right click, and on the other hand, you have Storm with a Mage Slayer BKB.
Well, it's not really winning the game for them, is it? The Mage Slayer. It's a bit rough. You kind of have to look at defensive routes. You want to build tankiness. Oh, Bloody Nine.
Dire's middle tower is
He's
under
not having a good game here. He's been caught the last minute twice out of position.
Well, they are breaking base. Lycan's very solid at doing exactly that. He does. He's got 450 auto attack damage. What are you supposed to do against this hero when he gets an empower buff and he's universal? It just melts everything.
Dire's
Force
middle
attempt there
tower
from Muzi
has
trying to catch
fallen.
Ro.
Radiant's bottom
He's
tower
also
is
He's
almost
now
got
TPing
MKB.
home. He needs IO.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
This is where you just back out from the base. You see Io's about to respawn. Luna has already TP'd away. You or actually didn't even know where Luna was at that stage. So you're happy with the damage you've already dealt into the enemy base. Now it's just down to, again, do you want to smoke? You've got some good vision placed down at the top half of the map, and that's exactly what they're pinging at right now. Storm's showing himself.
Oh, they
They
smoke.
smoke. And they just use shapeshift.
Smoke gets broken. They drag back the Storm. RP gets interrupted. Doom gets thrown out onto Muzi, but the Storm is already dead. They will lose Muzi in response. Michael's going to be a second one. Great Eclipse play from Arms, and they're running away.
They can turn. It's a 3v4, but they can turn this.
Thana is going to be the next target. He needs to find a good nom-nom target. Green goal on to 3. He does find the best one because they don't have any spells to interrupt it, but the budget's going to be left behind because Khan already dipped all the way back to pace. So a pretty substantial fight, even though they lost Storm at the start of it. Arms is top net worth,
Yeah.
and he is making them feel it. He's getting his shard? Yeah, shard's now being delivered, so this Luna is very tanky with that satanic butterfly coming in.
Right, so what I was thinking about the turn was if they went right away, they could have still utilized that shapeshift and get a lot of damage out. But they were contemplating for a little bit too
Radiant's
long,
top tower is
and then
under
only half
attack.
of your team went in. That was the
Radiant's
Puck
courier has been
initiating, you had the
Radiant's top
Pudge
tower
following
has
up,
fallen.
and Khan was in the trees teleporting with his shapeshift
Dire's
run out.
bottom
So
tower is under
he could have dealt some damage, maybe could have killed a hero, but then you're without your shapeshift form. You'd have to be in human form, throwing in right clicks, and then you have no guarantee if you're going to get out from that fight or not. But I guess it's a judgment call on the player or on the team. But you kind of did both. You fought and you didn't fight.
Dire's bottom tower is under
That
attack.
wasn't ideal, but what has become better is
Oh,
the
Wisdom
fact-
Rune.
Buck, can he get away? No.
Uh-oh.
Gets quickly blasted. Does have his Ags. Shows it for the first time, so a little bit of damage coming out. But that is a painful death on the Puck. The net worth
that's a big kill.
advantage is just dropping.
That is a big kill. That was a level 17 Puck that you just blew up for free on top of a Wisdom Rune that you picked up. And Roshan is also minimum timer 40 seconds. So if they get a fast Rosh spawn, of course Puck's still going to be alive. But if they find another pick-off, which they might here with Michael.
Yep. Arms does so much damage. Both these safe laners, if they get on top of anyone, they just die in seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And you talked about the pushing
Radiant's
potential as
top
well.
is
Like if
fortified.
GRIN wins a team fight, they will take the base faster than Radiant will do if they push onto the Dire base because of this Luna.
Luna's a scary hero. Ooh, that's a little bit of a missed hook right there. Moving tries to get the skewer back, but gets doomed instantly, and that is a problem. There is no Magnus. Does have a buyback available. Rejoin the fight. Has a TP as well, so it might be crucial to try and get him in there if they want to continue this.
Coil.
Neutral coming out. That's the move catch of Luna. There's not enough healing in the world to keep him going. And Khan will be chunking away at his opponent's double kill comes through, and Bloody 9. You want to get the TP going, but the hook from Thana from down below, he pulls him back to the depths of hell. This is... I doubt that they have enough damage to kill the Luna, and then just in a matter of seconds, like that Puck's damage was pretty obnoxious with the, what, 4-man Dream Coil?
Yeah, I agree. Like, it wasn't about, like, we know the Lycan hits hard, right? We know he does, like, 500 damage pretty much at this point. He's got the crits on top of it, too. He just needs the lockdown to start hitting targets. But no, this was purely just Puck getting a fantastic ulti, a massive amount of damage. He dealt 5,300 damage in that course of that entire fight. And that's the big difference maker. Get a nice coil, and everybody can just stack up and nuke.
Oh,
He might
they
die,
go
though.
deep for the Roseanne kill. Dodge the RP as well, so that's going to be on cooldown. Hijack, though, in the meantime, will just be found out by Khan's shapeshift. Yeah, Khan's got his... Why is it such a short
Dire's
cooldown at
middle
the moment?
barracks are under attack.
Feels like he just
Dire's
used the
structures
shapeshift.
are fortified.
Yeah, see, I mean, he's got 15 talent, but it's not a lot.
Doesn't even
that
have the
reduces the
shapeshift
cooldown.
duration talent. He skipped that.
Yeah, it's like you have less of a cooldown compared to a BKB. That's how quickly shapeshift is going to be up in team fights. So every time you fight, it's when you have BKB ready, if you have one. So shapeshift is already up by the time the others are still on cooldown, which is very, very handy. But this is such a goofy game, man. It's like we thought no bounty hunter could walk over this game. We do a little bit of feeding, we do some NA stuff. Suddenly GRIN is like, well, we're slowly getting back in with all these kills you're giving us. And they can dominate a team fight. They can also give it away in 2 seconds. It's such a goofy game.
It's just because there's so much damage on
Radiant
Both-
are
Yeah, on
scanning.
both
Sides.
ends, yeah.
I think there's more damage on the no bounty hunter, mainly because of the Storm's build. Like, he's got no offensive items so far. All of his tools are defensive, which isn't ideal
arms.
if everything is on arms. Speaking of which, arms is nuke down. If everything's on arms, you only have to focus down arms. They get the Doom onto which the Puck might be able to kill him off, but Khan can just clean up the entire rest of the team on his own if need be. I do like the fact that Roseanne has significantly going to be gone in towards core build. I unfortunately will see him get splattered in one hit. But yeah, it's so one-sided now.
This was again a fight where I'm looking at Bloody Nine a little bit on the IO. You've got, and this is a big responsibility. You're playing an IO for a good reason. You are the savior of this Luna. That relocate came way too late, considering Luna's positioning was in the front line, in front of the twin gates, and in the most likely position where the enemy's going to jump you before. So it took him too long. Didn't get any save off. Couldn't bait them in. Doom didn't get to do much that fight. Neither did the Storm, and it was over before it even began.
Yeah, the Luna just dies too fast. It's that simple. And he's the only one that deals enough damage to take him down. Doom's actually doing quite a decent amount.
He got 1v5 that fight. Like he was out of position, considering you're in a spot where you are spotted first. You have the high ground advantage on the Radiant side. You can't be there. Like, you need someone else to get the vision for you. It has to be either the Doom nearby or the Wind Ranger getting information, or even the Storm just goes for a quick zip zap. Like, it has to be somebody else than the Luna that gets the information before she can go in. You need to deal damage, not tank damage.
Storm is, I guess, the best one at trying to tank damage with his item build. Doom, pretty okay as well, but they just don't have anywhere close to the same tanking. Like, all three cores, I'm saying all three cores. Sorry, I forget Pudge is not a core, but he's got 4k HP.
It feels like it.
Look how big he is. He's got 34 armor on the Pudge. He's got magic resistance as well with the Eternal Shroud. He's got Blade Mail, so Luna is pretty much killing himself if he hits the Pudge. He's got a solid 4k HP. And
he's a fully grown man.
He's even less farmed than this Rubik, which is wild to me because it feels like he should be way more farmed than this Rubik.
21 flesh heap stacks. Carrying the Roshan's banner in his backpack. This guy's an absolute unit. Then again, the high ground push is difficult with so many melee cores, or so many melee heroes, at least in your team, with the Magnus, with the Lycan. Puck isn't fantastic at pushing, or at least sieging, because you don't want to be in the front line either with this hero. You can put this 3k HP Lycan, you can have the Pudge somewhere nearby.
Actually, he does 600 auto attack damage per hit. Stuff does drop, like, it looks like a tiny thing.
Yeah, like the damage, of course, is very, very nice, but if you have everybody back in the base trying to look for your first lane of racks, it shouldn't be this easy, especially against the Luna. But I guess they're getting scared about getting caught by Hook, getting caught by RP. Michael surviving the Tormentor with 70 HP.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, as a Rubik, you just kind of never want to be near Tormentor, because you don't do damage to it, and you don't really tank any damage either. Sadman needs to be very careful here.
Look at the wraparound.
By Doom,
big wraparound coming.
They spot out that the orb was thrown out nearby. There's going to be the shapeshift coming out, zipping on the back line. Then they find the target. The RB onto 2 comes through. Arms, do they have the damage to burst him down? Khan's trying to find the target, and with the Pudge ulti, is the healing going to be enough? Arms actually staying alive. Satanic is healing him up. He relocates back, so he doesn't actually get the healing going, but they did manage to find a double kill, make that a triple. And that is, this time, a chance where Luna pops his BKB, that he just, of course, got. Pops BKB plus his shard effect from the Moonglaze with the, 25% damage reduction. And it is enough to keep him alive long enough to get the Satanic popping.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge amount of Satanic heal, but it was enough to prolong that fight where they're not interested in hitting Luna anymore. They didn't really do that much damage either. Lycan with Aegis just dealt a couple thousand damage, popped the shapeshift, tried to do as much as they could. They got surprised by the wraparound from this triangle position. It was a bit messy at the start because you got a lot of mobility abilities, especially like the Magnus going around, the Storm was zipping, missing his initial target. But they still got them to stack, and Io was ready to give everything they needed to the Luna, and they were ready to back him up as well. So this was... No Bounty Hunter didn't really get to react. If every fight they've won so far is when they're at 100% capacity and understanding of how this fight's going to be. This time, they got jumped first, and they weren't ready for it.
I think the most important thing is... the puck is playing Glass Cannon. He's going for the Lincolns, which is going to be a huge deal. But he literally has Nemesis Curse, so he is actually Glass Cannon pucking. He cannot get caught. If he gets doomed, the fight is really rough, because Lycan can only do so much. He's a single target oriented hero, and you have 5 heroes that you need to take care of.
Shapeshift is up. RP's in 5.
Oh, that Storm with the Invis rune just walking next to the puck. Okay, gets the Orchid off on the puck.
Relocate
coming in as well, but the hook save from Thena. They're gonna bail out.
Eat the puck.
But
get the puck out of there.
Lycan's going Scotty against the Healing of Arms and the Io. Makes a ton of sense. And finally, the Kanda is being built up on the Luna. I was waiting for that item to come in play.
You a Kanda enjoyer?
I think it's a really cool concept on some heroes like Morphling and Luna. Not every hero. I mean, a lot of heroes don't even have single target abilities, but it's nice that you have like something very specific and a different way to use Chrysalis. I mean, now there are 3 ways to use Chrysalis, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I like the fact that the Kanda basically has your spells taking a bit of physical damage added onto it. So you got a lot of these hybrid damage dealers in Dota where you have a mix of physical and magical. Even though Luna is always considered full physical, but definitely has a lot of magical on top of that as well. They're going to find the Rubik. But this Kanda item is pretty cool in terms of Luna itemization.
I've also seen it on a couple of those Zeuses, because they go for the first piece anyway. So when they get... Well, he has the full Kanda actually done. So they get the first pieces, and then you get, you know, the Shard plus Manta style build sort of Zeuses, where they eventually just have a ton of damage, right-click damage. They get a Kanda as well. Kind of neat. It's a lot of damage that you can pump out in a short amount of time.
Wolves giving information about that TP. They're going to jump the Storm Spirit. RP is going to be used Mamuzi.
And the relocate save means that's a cooldown, double cooldown used actually, because Shapeshift's also on cooldown now.
Time to try and kill the Io here. Freak Wave's coming in. It's going to be a bit too far.
Yeah, Bloody 9 gonna relocate. The downside of playing Io.
His job's done. He just faded 2 ultis there.
And needs to swap his Philosopher's Stone in, because you need to get that GPM going. No, he's not getting the value from the item.
40 minutes into this game 1. How long do you think this game's going to go? I'm worried about my China schedule.
These 2 teams both have a very simple... You win a fight anywhere close to the enemy's base, their base is gone. I mean, the more problematic side for GRIN is the fact that they're still tier 2 standing, but they can take down tier 4s in no time as well, so... You gotta be careful where you take a fight. Next Roshan's gonna be pretty crucial. It will be a Radiant spawn, so that is gonna be the Shard. Double RP could be a game decide, or double Dream, probably double RP will be definitely a game deciding tool. Any other additional items coming into play? Pudge's got his Shiva, so they have so much healing reduction.
Double damage
right now.
Like, finally with the Disperser.
Oh yeah, that's also another item that is definitely still going to be a useful addition. I love
Yeah, that's going to be a big upgrade, considering all of this game has been about positioning and mobility. Who gets the biggest jump first? How many heroes are you going to hit with these AoE ultimates and AoE stuns and whatnots? Disperser allows this Lycan to fight outside of Shapeshift, because they have the Magnus buffing him up.
No, Roche still hasn't respawned. You know that they were heading in that direction. Michael Glimmer blinks out, dodges them, breaks the smoke, and his supportive duty has been done. In the meantime, the Lycan Shard
smoke.
doing the work, pushing out the lanes. I think that's probably one of the most annoying things about Lycan, is that he just passively pushes out all the lanes.
It's very handy in a game like this. Oh, they found the storm. BKB used.
It's still no level 25 buck. So Dream Coil is not going to be as scary just yet, but soon enough the storm would die in that exact same similar situation. Storm Puck's also getting his Parasma pretty much done. And honestly, that's going to just do a tremendous amount of damage. Being able to do that much, that they take that much more magic damage AoE onto the entire enemy team from just popping your phase shift once is going to be tremendous. Though, will they? Yeah, they're going to keep the shard on the Magnus, so you have the double RP play. Hijack has a seed shot just to pop Lincoln's, throws out the Doom, gets it onto the Magnus, Shackle shot onto two. Vayna punches a next target. They're going to look for 3 to be secured, and indeed they do manage to get a absolutely fantastic triple kill. They dodge both the Puck and the Lycan, so not the Aegis being the target here, and the Lycan also shapeshifted out of there.
Pretty big fight. Basically just starts from a very short sequence. But this is where your support Wind Ranger becomes such a useful tool with Blink Dagger. Get the Shackle shot on 1 or 2 heroes. You have... He didn't even go for the Shackle shot duration either. It's just about the focus fire. He wants to be a bit of a carry himself too. He's got this Diffusal Blade, so Roseanne can also do some damage and hurt the supports. Like, especially fighting against this Rubik, if you need this Wind Ranger to get rid of him, that works. And also onto the Puck, you just burn the Puck's mana pool, even though Puck has like 2.6k mana. It's going to take you forever to burst through it. But it helps.
Puck doing some decent damage here. It's actually kind of funny to see the Wind Ranger went for the Ancient Guardian tier 4 item. The one where, you know, either you're defending your Ancient or they're defending theirs, and you're going to be the most useful, and that definitely feels like it might be that kind of game. I'm taking a lot of damage there from the Dream Coil. In comes the Shapeshift. Khan is just munching away at targets, but in comes the Eclipse from Arms, and it's a level 26. Luna coming through. The Puck gets doomed up in the process. The Pudge is on the run.
Can't hit him.
Khan needs to get out of there. They all need to pretty much get out of there. Bloody Nine actually bought back, relocates into the fight to try and rejoin his teammates, but there's going to be lift up on Luna. All of his tools are on cooldown. Satanic is up in 1 second. Didn't get anything going. The RP gets used.
Wow.
Can he heal up? No, he cannot. It gets denied, and a buyback is forced out.
Dude, did you see how fast Khan dies to this Luna? He just took like a 1200 burst from that one Lucent Beam and just disappeared. I was like, where did the Lycan go? I thought the Luna was the one that's actually dying here. Like, in the moment where Luna pops her BKB and her Satanic after the initial engagement, Khan runs in with Shapeshift and he's like, I'm feeling myself, I'm hitting hard, but is actually losing the 1v1 versus the Luna really fast. So Khan has to disengage and spends like 20 seconds of the team fight just running in circles and thinking, what do I do? This Luna is stronger than the Lycan right now.
The plus side is the Lycan, he did go his level 25 talent, Howl reduces total damage, and it actually just halves the Luna's damage once he howls. Considering it's nighttime, it always does tend to connect, and there's going to be the vehicle coming out. Skewer drag back, nice catch from Muzi, but the Wind Ranger is on the run. They're actually all dropping very lowly on the Radiant side, no buybacks are available. They need to disengage. Khan's charging right back in. Khan's is still alive and kicking though. But no megas being secured just yet. Actually, Hijack. The Puck hurts like crazy as well. Speaking of which, there's going to be a zip in too deep.
Rojo.
No!
way too optimistic there with that jump. That was a rage jump right there, trying to get a kill off of the puck, but just gets blown up himself. But again, like the same thing. It's only the Luna that's actually surviving these fights. You saw the Howl being popped, instantly just dispelled it with the Mantis style in that previous fight, and didn't take any benefit from the Lycan, who thought that this Luna is not doing any damage. Same result again. Arms forces Khan away, but everybody else on his team is dying.
You can't really go for the pudge, because as a Wind Ranger in this case, he's still got 5k HP and a Blade Mill. If you go for him as a Wind Ranger, you probably die. It's a nice harass though. Or at least a slight threat.
Right, so the way GRIN Esports could win is if they have a second Luna. Because this one Luna can already stand her ground. If you have a second one, you can win, because everybody else is just dying. Hijack's melting. The IO doesn't really sustain any damage until he's falling. Same thing with Royal Fireflu.
That puck's attack speed. My lord. That was kind of nutty to see. Right click puck. Going for the equipped bags. BKB next. I mean,
got Mega Creeps and Wolves going in your base now.
Luckily enough, you do have a Storm and a Luna, two heroes that are very capable in pushing everything out. Storm actually doesn't have an Ags yet, which I think would be probably a game-winning item at this stage.
I like the Wind Waker idea here. It does feel a bit supporty in a way, but it could save this Luna. It could even save the Doom, who's being fully focused, because this Doom is just not surviving these fights at all. Hijack, he drops his Doom, and then what? It's like, it's about him giving presence in these team fights. He has a siege shot, for Christ's sake. It's like, all of the abilities that you could pick up this game, you go for the siege shot, because you want to be able to maximize your damage output. It's an ability that will bounce back and forth. It does 100 damage. It's something, but it's nothing amazing. I don't think there's any great abilities to pick up.
He needs to break the Lincolns. They have 3 Lincolns on the Radiant side. The Magnus, the Puck, and the Rubik, all 3 have a Lincolns. And he doesn't have any spells for it.
It's a handy tool, surely, for breaking Lincolns as well. I'm just trying to save the idea that he's min-maxing his damage.
His impact is if he gets the Doom on the Puck or the Magnus. That's his entire impact this game. He does have an Ags now, so you're gonna at least get to see the AoE Doom. He's level 25. Now it applies a mute, which honestly is a pretty big addition, so that you, on especially the Magnus, you can't get like a BKB going.
$50 minutes, game 1. Damn, this game doesn't cease to end.
Nah, just because you got Megas doesn't mean diddly squat when you're playing with a Storm Spirit and a Luna. Storm is going for that Aghanim Scepter. He is level 25 now. Finally time to get some extra damage for his own, and the most important thing is hold everyone together in a neat little package so that Luna actually has time to right click, because they're really dependent on Wind Ranger shackle shots, and you can't. It's a skill shot for a reason.
Trying to find an avenue for GRIN Esports to basically win fights. Like they did great when they've been able to smoke and surprise from the back. Like a couple of those engagements that they've done, they've caught them off guard and got the start for the fight. But it really just does come down to Roseanne with this Wind Ranger. Like their crowd control is limited, especially with the AoE Doom. Doom has to spend time running around targets, and if he just sits on top of the Luna, for example, or the IO, it's very handy because it gives a lot of protection versus the melee cores on the side of no bounty hunter. They can't cast any abilities, they can't really get anything done there. But it's a lot riding on a support Wind Ranger, having to land all of these shackle shots, because that's your biggest 3-second stun you could possibly hope for to open up a fight. The other, you talked about the Aghanims on the Storm Spirit, which he does have now, is also another tool that they can benefit from a lot.
Yeah, it's all these fights are just kind of won or lost in the first 2 seconds.
Yep, it's all about the initiation.
I love this
Who
part.
gets the catch first? I guess vision at that stage is the most important, and Lycan is a very good tool when it comes down to vision. I think that's always a nice addition to have. Even has a ninja gear currently, just to be able to sneak up on enemies.
This part.
Yep, then you got Magnus RP, which keeps on getting better and better the further the game goes. He could build a refresher, get a second RP. That's something we still are... We're yet to see this game because he hasn't lined it up at all. But a very big one as well if he does decide to get it at some point of the game. So there's still plenty of scaling for No Bounty Hunter.
There's actually the 4th Roshan about to respawn, which would be a nice catch. He comes in onto it, fucking... They find a good catch. Lycan Shapeshift was used as well. Roche is up right now.
Dire's middle tower is
If they
under
could
attack.
rush in to try and yoink it, would be big. The Wind Ranger, by the way, clips himself in the process.
Yeah, refresher shard Roshan. Michael gets the info about Roche being up. Tells his team about it. Do they just greed Roshan quickly out of the way before GRIN gets there? Could be a call to do. They're thinking about it. Puck can TP to the outpost and help out his team if a fight breaks loose. But it does come with a buyback. There's no doom.
Storm's Axe is a scary thing around the Roche bit.
Here I am.
But yeah, Arms is walking in closer and closer. Has queued up that he wants to go for Rapira Gaming. Has the refresher orb in his backpack. It's for the second round of BKB Satanic. And the Eclipse isn't bad, especially considering he's close to his level 30.
Dire
That's
are
going to be the
scanning.
Eclipse Elusive Mini Stun. He's got the Ags. You can solo enemy heroes with that tool alone.
Both teams really thinking about this Roshan. You've got Storm Spirit fighting against Mega Creeps, trying to keep them away from the base. Somebody has to do it.
He's going
Not
for
a
bots
very-
as well, just so that he can TP towards his teammates in
Yeah,
case
yeah.
it's needed.
Yeah, not a very favorable position to be in right now when you have your mid player having to defend the base while everybody else is trying to scout out Roche. But here we go, Roche begins. There's the roar.
Radiant are
They're not going. They're going to leave Roche. All right, DK, is this like attempt number 8 on sieging high ground and trying to end the game?
Well, they will have their buyback soon on GRIN Esports. They're still not up, which is definitely a scary thing on their part. Wind Ranger is actually 1,000 gold away. Storm 700. Try and get it done. Roseanne working about nearby. Does spot all of them walking through with that observer ward that's previously placed. You do also have to be very careful. There's luckily enough of fortification, but one mistake and your base is gone. Like Lycan at this point, he hits for 800 auto attack damage per hit. He's 6 slotted, has a moon shard equipped. Doesn't have his Ags yet. I'm a little bit disappointed that I don't see an equipped Ags on the Lycan. That would be... I don't even know what you use it on the puck.
Roseanne, very risky position to be in here, but
One tree.
one singular tree.
That's all that keeps him
more than
alive
nothing.
right now.
He gets to walk past them as well. He's going to be right behind them. He's got the ward positioning there. But he's a bit too far away. But again, we talked about the importance of the shackle shot. This is one of those positions to be in if you can sneak up behind.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Arms.
There goes
Gets
Shapeshift.
spotted. Hijack
Holds
shoots
it.
himself. Goes in. But Khan is a little bit too fast to chase after. Bloody Knight gets hooked out. The IO is in a lot of trouble. AoE Electric Vortex by Roller. In comes the Eclipse from Arms and it's doing a ton of damage. Moody gets absolutely nuked down thanks to the Eclipse, even through BKB. And there's even more catches coming out. The Soul Spirit's Aghanim Scepter is doing the work on in response, though coming through him. But there's the refresher from Arms, the second round. The second Salvo Khan doesn't have a shapeshift available, and that's going to be the Lycan. The puck in trouble. Skewer comes out. RP from Moody. Oh my god, Sadman, does he have the AoE down?
Second one.
Second RP coming through. Sadman, he's lacking in the damage, or is he? Skewer comes through. Arms, Glimmer Cape. Invisibility is invincibility, as they say. Luckily enough,
Wow.
it does end. Has a buyback to rejoin the fray.
Oh, that was an insane turnaround from No Bounty Hunter. Lacking the damage, but still the double RP. Talked about the double RP. That's the one that really wins the fight in the end. This was GRIN's fight. You had Doom right on top of the puck, escalating or actually keeping the puck out from the fight completely. Then you have this IO getting hooked up by the Pudge, and Arms is like, I have a free avenue in.
Oh, they want to try and finish this off as much as possible. Musu charging forward. He's actually dropping very low. Arms is AoE killing him just with the Glaive's load. The Vortex drags him back. There's the Doom on top of it all. They lost 2 and they're going to lose 3 with a huge turnaround play. That Aghanim Scepter from the Storm, it's doing so much. It's gotten all these catches that they require.
It's doing a lot of work. There's 2 buybacks remaining for No Bounty Hunter. They just spent 3 getting themselves back into that initial fight. Oh, Khan spotted. He's got to run. He can't run away.
There's luckily enough no Doom available. So he'll be able to get the TP out of there.
Yeah, without the BKB, he wouldn't be able to get out in time.
Is under attack.
Oh, okay. I mean, this game is something else. I mean, of course, I should have suspected it's NA Dota doing NA stuff, but it's just one of those wild games again. It's going back and forth.
Arms has the Rapier at the ready, and yep, who cares about backdoor protection when you're a Luna? Pushing right in, the creeps joining the fun. This might be a death push coming in any moment now if you're not careful. You thought you pushed fast on the Lycan. Once that tier 3 tower is gone, this base is finished. And there we go.
This is a 1% comeback, by the way, according to win probability, if they can win this one on GRIN.
It's not too shabby. I mean, it's... Look at that, the tier 4s. They're just gone in
Base is
seconds.
just dying.
They're charging forward. The Pudge is trying to get something on, but there's the AoE Doom, the Electric Vortex coming back on the Storm. He is instantly gone. They have a fortification still alive, and Arms is going to get dragged back, but he does have the healing. Satanic coming out the hook to the side. Now drags him out of the Doom, actually.
That's game.
But the puck has a buyback. That's all they've got left. He's going to jump right back in. Hijack is dropping low. The RP comes through. He skewers them towards the fountain. Oh no! The catch! Is it actually going to be the case? Arms is dead! Arms is actually dead!
What is this game? Oh, this was supposed to be over already by now, but Muzi with a double RP. And that's GG. The Fountain wins the game.
Oh my lord, this game right before the 60-minute mark as well. No tier 5 for us, but no bounty hunter this one. I did not initially expect this game to be this absolutely amazing, and